How to beat Watford? That's the question this week on Where Pilgrims Walk. We're also exploring XP and what does it tell us about Plymouth seasons so far. It's January transfer window coming up, so we have to close down the summer transfer window. We're going to get these three to grade how good it was. And if Wayne Rooney should walk or be tapped up by anyone, which current Championship manager would Plymouth Argyle fans want to chase? A nice, easy hypothetical one for us to answer this week. If you've just come across the channel, then where have you been? We've been doing this now for 15 weeks, but please drop us a subscribe down in the bottom left-hand corner there. We'd love to have you along our journey with us as we go through all 46 games of Plymouth season. We're a third of the way there now, Carl. How's it feel? Are you enjoying this season?
Been a roller coaster, isn't it? But that's been an Argyle fan. Yeah, there's been obviously ups and downs, but I think we'll get there. I think we'll get safety before the last day, so I'm feeling confident with that.
You'll certainly need it. We're playing Leeds at home, aren't you, on the last day? So, yeah, we need to sort that out well done before then. All right, this week then it's Watford at home. It's a Friday night kickoff as well, much to the annoyance of the Watford fans having to Plymouth on a Friday night. Chris, how do you set up against a team like Watford? They've got lots of aerial threat, but also very powerful and pace up front.
They've got massive up front, Mark, haven't they? They got Vacuum Bayou, who's scoring goals for fun up there. They beat Oxford at home on last Saturday. And prior to that, their last away game went to Sheffield Wednesday, come out 6-2 victory. So it's going to be a tough ask. We're going to see how good we are out there at home against Watford, but we can do it. We're at home park, so we're confident of an home victory there, but we're not overly confident, put it that way.
Yeah, it's Tom Cleverley against Wayne Rooney, of course, old buddies from their United days at Jadon. Here's the team that 2 weeks ago, of course, you watched at Derby. We know there's probably going to be some changes to this because of, I'm guessing, injuries will have set in, or you might have some players back from injury. What do you expect the differences to be from the Derby starting 11 to the Watford starting 11?
It depends really, because Gibson could come back in, but those two have been very, very solid at the back. So it just depends what he goes with, to be honest. I expect Callum Wright could be dropped, and Al Hadj come back in. Other than that, I don't think there's a lot of changes we can make, because we still got a lot of players out. To be fair, Sissoko's out till January, and Edwards potentially till March. So yeah, there's not a lot else we can change really.
Okay, Carl, any changes you'd want to make?
Yeah, as Jayden said, Al Hadj. Do you know what? I would personally, I'd do Gibson for Sonola, have a back three, and try wing backs, because that seems to suit us. I don't know why he's dropped that. I see in a way defensive side of mine, but we're not scoring enough goals. It's obviously a problem. So I think that could be an option.
Chris, any changes in the back line for you? We spoke before about your two that had come in and done well against Derby for you and Portsmouth. Did they keep their places?
No, I would agree. Bring Gibson in for Sorinola. He's got that much height difference than Sorinola. But I would love to see Ballymumba get pushed up on the left wing in place of Bundu. That's where we signed him. That's where we paid £1 million for him, because of what he did for us in Division 1 when we won the championship. And then all of a sudden we're putting him back to left fullback, and he's not a fullback. He's struggling. And if necessarily, as much as I dislike the guy so far, bring Better in. He's a left back, and let Mumba do what he's good at, left wing. Get the ball over, because that's an area where we're struggling, and Bundu's not the answer for it.
Some good shouts there. Drop us what you think in the comments below. It's international break, of course, so it gives us a chance just to pause and have a look at some data. This week we're looking at XP. So this is expected points totals versus actual points totals. And I know some of you out there will think this is mumbo jumbo, but we just want to get your views on it. So in accordance to expected points total, Plymouth should be bottom, Chris. Bottom of the whole table. This is looking at the in-game shots, the XG for you and the XG for the other team. You should be rock bottom. Why aren't you?
Well, because we're punching above our weight, probably, Mark. Is the best answer to that. They've obviously got us there for a reason that we haven't spent money, you know, whereas these other teams have all got millions of pounds to spend. We haven't, clear. And even in the January transfer, we're not going to have millions of pounds to spend, but we're going to do our best, and we've got to spend wisely. As our chairman says, spend smarter. Sorry. And that's what we've got to do. We've got to make smart moves in the transfer window. But yeah, XP is what it is. It's a bit of fun, but it's not necessarily going to be factual, is it?
Just that, Carl, this suggests that the teams you're playing either don't take their chances against you, or you either have a very low XG in games and you take all your shots. What's the pattern of play that you've been seeing that explains this data?
Well, they all sort of understand what we're going to try and do, and it doesn't really change the philosophy of playing out from the back. Teams understand that, and second half, the game opens up quite more. What I've noticed, and it's like end-to-end stuff, which I've noticed. Which, I mean, score one, like Portsmouth, we score, they didn't. That was the difference. They should have won the game. All they had to do, if they had that Bishop, they could have won that. But again, it just goes down to teams not putting their chances. But also, I might add, I'm surprised to see Millwall up there so high.
Third,
Third place.
Absolutely. All right, let us know what you think. We're going to head into December soon. You got your Christmas trees up soon. So we're going to start talking to you about January transfer windows. Before that, though, I have to talk to you about the summer. We've got to close it down because last time I asked you, you're all saying, well, we've not seen the players, so we can't really grade it this early. But I think 15 games is now fair enough for us to be able to slam down this final grade. Jayden, we'll start with you. Out of 10, how good was the Plymouth Argyle recruitment in the summer?
I'd go a 7. Obviously, a lot of the loans were quite good. Ogbita has been a nothing signing so far. And then, yeah, the rest have been pretty decent, to be fair. Sissoko's obviously been unlucky with the injury, but he's played a massive part in the start of the season. Obviously, he's helped get a load of points that we will need at the end of the season. And a lot of the others have done the same. So, yeah, I'd say 7.
Okay. Chris?
I'm going to go harsh. I would have said more like 5, to be honest with you. I know we've suffered with injuries, including some of these players that we've signed, like Tajani, Sissoko, bad injuries, and it's affecting our season. But Victor Poulsen, better, poor signing, and considering we're paying them each month, Better's only played twice, and he got took off one of those. So no, it's been a poor transfer window for me. I've got to be honest with you.
Okay.
We got to get more quality, better quality than that.
Okay. Thanks, Chris. A 1.5, 1.7. Carl, where are you putting it?
I'm probably on the same page as Chris. Yeah, I could say Tajani, you can argue, I know he's injured, but you could say he hasn't really affected the games he has played in. Ogbeta, same thing. Poulsen got injured, came back in recently, but hasn't nailed down a starting place, which obviously he hasn't proved enough to Wayne. Sissoko's the standout of all the transfer targets so far.
Okay.
He's been a standout performer, so I'll go with him. But yeah, I'm going to stick with a 5.
Okay. They seem to have gone down a lot since we last asked you all. I'm sure we had some 8s in there last time. All right, give us your view. Finally, this week it's manager merry-go-round. There's lots of clubs across the EFL looking for managers because it's that last international break, of course. So it's a hypothetical. If Wayne Rooney was to leave for any reason, which current Championship manager would you love to tempt across? Carl, who do you rate?
Well, just if I could choose young upcoming manager, I really wouldn't mind that Oxford manager. He seems to have, got a tune out of him, and he's young and he's learning his trade.
Okay.
I would
Yeah.
think, why not?
Des Buckingham. Jaden?
Not current anymore, but I'd go Mark Robbins. Just been sacked from Coventry for no reason, really. He's been there 7 years, lost 3 games in a row, and he's gone. So, yeah, I'd go for him personally.
Okay, Chris?
Well, obviously, we're always going to get linked with Schumacher at the moment while he's out of work. We're always going to get linked with Ryan Lowe, but personally, I wouldn't have either of them. If you're talking hypothetically, give me Chris Wilder.
Okay. All right, brilliant. Let us know what you think again as well. Right, thank you very much, you lot. It's good to have proper football back. Although it's not a classic, I much prefer sitting on Friday night watching Plymouth against Watford than I would watching England against Greece. I'm going to be absolutely honest with you. And I'm not even a Plymouth or Watford fan. Give us proper football back, please. All right, good to have you with us this week. Enjoy the game against Watford. We'll see you in a week's time. Thank you very much for watching.